Hello, friends. Yeah, good morning and welcome you to one more session on Tourism Products 2. This time I'm going to again elaborate further upon my last topic of discussion, which was on Ajanta paintings. The Ajanta and the Ellora caves are located in the western Indian state of Maharashtra, cut into the cliff face above the spot where the river Waghora draws a harmonious half moon through lush vegetation. It was discovered by the English officers during a tiger hunt in 1819. During 1819, the caves are in such a remote spot that it was only in 1983 that they were declared to be a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is 60 kilometers from the Maharashtrian town of Jalgaon and 70 kilometers from the town of Husal. Some 60 miles away, the caves have a sister site, the Ellora Caves, and the Ellora houses 34 rock-cut Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain temples. These are all rock-cut architectures, but the Ajanta caves were always recorded and were always created before the Ellora, and they predate the Ellora by 600 years. And it is a testimony that there was a golden era of Buddhism which had run in India since time immemorial. There are 29 caves in Ajanta, the majority of which were Biharas. Biharas basically means Buddhist monastery halls of residence. And there were 5 Saityagrihas, stupa halls containing Buddhist shrines. The Biharas are usually rectangular in shape and were used for prayer and for daily living, with small cubicle sleeping cells for the monks who had come from different parts of the world to come to this place in search of knowledge, wisdom, and for religious pursuits. Next, if I go and talk about the paintings part, the paintings which were predominantly found here in the Ajanta caves and are world famous throughout the world as Ajanta paintings had a didactic function. It imparts to the community of the teachings of Buddhism, which are profoundly found through the Jataka tales and the Buddha's teachings and his experiences during his various reincarnations, as recounted in the Jataka tales again. Devotees coming from different parts of the world are supposed to walk through the cave and read the paintings, which were used as a medium of communicating Buddha's teachings about life through successive rebirths. According to one of the inscriptions in Cave 17, the whole complex of sculptures and wall paintings were actually designed to cause the attainment of well-being by good people as long as the sun dispels darkness by its rays. The definition of good people was not limited to devoted ascetics, and these halls of meditation could also be frequented by aristocrats who had embraced Buddhism. People like Richard Gere, the world famous Hollywood actor. Hollywood actresses like celebrities like Roberto Baggio, the world-class footballer from Italy, etc., as well as many Hollywood celebrities have embraced Buddhism, and in a bid to know more about Buddhism, the time and again they do come to India and try to visit these places. Even Angelina Jolie have embraced Buddhism, and she along with her husband Brad Pitt spent considerable time in visiting these sites and all. The Ajanta wall paintings are made very famous for their masterful line work. The use of natural pigments which are available in this area, the artistry achieved with only primitive tools, the sensual forms and harmony of the overall composition. The end result, as you all remember, would have been viewed in semi-darkness with perhaps just some weak oil lamps to help make out of the figures. These masterpieces at Ajanta were executed more or less in 2 phases, an initial phase is made up of primarily of the fragments in caves 9 and 10 from the 2nd century BC. The second phase of paintings started around the 5th and 6th centuries AD and continued up to the next centuries. They appear to have been a multitude of artists and work, and the local peasants, artists, painters were actually appointed by the royal household of the time to carry on with the work. It is in the second phase that you find the depictions of the Jataka tales, which are actually fables or parables with some hidden meaning, sarcasm, as well as teachings for its readers and listeners. The stories these stories always recount the lives of the Buddha and also teach us about the basic tenets and facets of Buddhism, the life of Buddha, the society, how to live, how to lead a normal life, and it has got many ritualistic teachings and preachings and sermons for local people to follow. The ceiling decorations in these Ajanta caves invariably consist of decorative patterns which are geometrical in shape as well as floral. Therefore, we have got a very good gist or a summary about the essence of Ajanta paintings, the impact of Ajanta paintings which it makes upon the travel and tourism industry. I would like to conclude by saying that the Ajanta and the Ellora caves are World Heritage Sites which are worth visiting for people from the travel and tourism fraternity as well as for global travel trotters, travel lovers, and also it has got lots to learn not only from the caves architecture involved in the rock cut temples and structures at both these two places, but also from the umpteen number of paintings which have been inscribed on the walls, on the ceilings, as decoratives on the walls and everywhere. Simply by having a look or simply by having a glimpse of the murals as well as the paintings at Ajanta will elaborate to us, explain to us in details the elaborative stories which are hidden behind these paintings. Therefore, an Ajanta visit is a mandatory must, and knowing about Ajanta through readings, through documentations is compulsory for all people from the travel, tourism and hospitality fraternity. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.